She's appeared on Discoveries in Alternative Medicine PBC segments alongside our founder, David Schmidt, and many other professionals. Her #1 best-selling book, Guide to Healing Chronic Pain, A Holistic Approach, has a whole chapter that's dedicated to LifeWave patches. So those of you that know Dr. Karen know that she truly has a servant leader heart, truly helps those in her team and those all over the company. And so I'm very pleased to welcome Dr. Karen to the call. I'm going to turn things over to her so you can learn from her today. Dr. Karen, you with us?
Hey there.
Hi,
Emily. I'd love to show my video. It says, there we go. Thank you. All right.
Welcome.
Thanks for being here. I'm excited to be here. And I just wanted to share a little bit about the X39 and then really about how I, have been training my team to share this with other people, because I think there's definitely some challenges, especially if you're new as a distributor, not just to LifeWave, but to network marketing. As a clinician, I had great difficulty at the beginning sharing, direct sales and network marketing, because I really didn't want to be salesy and I felt like bad about selling. I had all these negative beliefs. So, I mean, that's another story, how to get rid of that, but which I did. But today I want to focus a little bit about, how I teach my team like what to do with the X39 and then how to share it. And I'll have some slides coming up in a little bit related to the sharing piece. So the really great thing about LifeWave's X39 right now is like, I find that, and I teach my team, this is like the foundational patch that pretty much helps everyone. Now, we can't make a claim that it's going to help everyone in a way that they will feel that it helps them. But as a light medicine doctor and a medical doctor, I've seen in my practice prior to me retiring that when I would check in and tune in to people's bodies, and I can do this intuitively, I actually ask the body, if any of the patches would be helpful, and then, which ones. And really interesting that since the X39 came on board, it was a yes for X39 for everyone that I tested, and continues to be after hundreds and hundreds of, of these intuitive tests. The Eon was my best, favorite, if you will, before the X39. But it makes sense that the X39 would be helpful because it's really helping your body repair itself, right? Getting those stem cells going. And here's a couple of tips I want to share with you about that. When people are starting as a customer or distributor with LifeWave, I always love to have them start with X39. And in my experience, this is my personal experience, that about 80% of people with pain as their main symptom, about 80% of people will have a pretty dramatic response to pain relief with the X39. The other 20%, and I was in that 20% actually, that the X39 didn't give us that immediate pain relief. And so in those cases, we use IceWave, which is the patches that we use that are for pain or pain relief. So just keep in mind that about 80% of people with pain will respond very favorably and quickly to the X39. But if they don't, it doesn't mean that it's not working. And here's the thing. The body has its own wisdom and will know like which system and where to heal first. It's not something that we necessarily have conscious control over. So for example, because I can do intuitive testing, I've actually checked some of my clients and patients in the past who, for example, somebody with knee pain, okay? And they say, well, I'm using X39, I don't notice a difference. And I said, okay, well, let's tune into your body and let's ask what's going on. And what's very interesting is that there's 3 systems in the body that the stem cells really like to go to first to repair. The first, not in any particular order, sometimes it's different order, but the top 3 that I've tested over many, many people is the nervous system, the digestive system, interestingly, and the immune system. And I have to say the immune system is usually the #1. So, for example, and this is just hypothetical, if somebody has an immune system issue that's like emergency, the body is going to repair the immune system before it goes to get rid of that knee pain. So, and that doesn't mean that it can't do both at once, but what I've noticed in some people that didn't have results that they noticed quickly with X39 was that there were other systems that needed to be repaired first. Why the digestive system? Well, your guess is as good as mine, but I believe because 70 to 80% of our immune system cells are actually in the digestive system. It's one of our barriers to, the outside, infections and pathogens and things like that. I think that's why it's pretty important. So the immune system, digestive system, and the nervous system. Now the brain balancing protocol, which is with the EON patches, which is very, very popular, where you put the EON patch somewhere near the head. So here, 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 what happens is that it's so close to the head, it actually helps the autonomic nervous system, fancy name, sorry, but that part of the nervous system that is either stress, fight or flight or relaxation, get that balance really fast, sometimes faster than some of the other points that are in the brochure. And I won't tell you the story related to how I figured that out. That's time for another story. But the really cool thing is that if you can get that nervous system back in place, the X39 actually loves to help heal the nervous system. So I really love starting with X39, even for just, some people are like, oh, can I try this patch? Can I try that patch? Oftentimes I'll say, hey, X39 first for the first couple of days, and then we'll see where your symptoms are. And then we go ahead and, add other patches depending on if they even need it. Because a lot of people, and David has said this in the past as well, that some of the other patches may be displaced in terms of, us marketing it because X39 does so much. In fact, there's an X39 user experience chart that I have, and that's actually in my patch training team Facebook group. I didn't think about pulling that up just now, but basically, let's see if I can, I'm not going to share my screen just yet, but I can pull this up really quickly so you can see what this chart looks like. And it's a freebie download on the Facebook group. So basically, I got together with some of the other former LifeWave trainers, and I said, okay, tell me your experience with the different patches. And so we can share this in a chart, because I had one person who was like, I'm confused. Can't you just, tell me what all the patches do? And I said, well, you could read about them, like online. She goes, well, I'm not really techie. So I decided, okay, how do I share this like really quickly? And I have David's permission to share this, and Emily knows this chart as well. So hopefully you're seeing my screen. So the LifeWave user and clinician experiences chart. This is, now this is not everything. Okay, this is not every single symptom under the sun, because I only had 8.5 by 11 page. But what I often share with my distributors is that, hey, you know what, X39 actually helps with a lot of different systems in a lot of different ways. So the green check marks here are what are science-backed, and the yellow check marks are what us clinicians and other people have experienced. So I want to thank Dr. Quila and Dr. Dennis to help me out with this. And we just, sent it off to David to get his approval before we could share it publicly. So as you can see, the X39 does a heck of a lot of things, and there's overlap between the patches. So sometimes you may not need some of the other patches because the X39 does the job, okay?